Yay, I see it. I see it. Oh. Yay, I see it. It's lagging on my end. I see it. Oh. Yay, I see it. It's lagging on my end. I see it. Oh. Yay, I see it. It's lagging on my end. I see it. Oh. Yay, I see it. It's lagging on my end. I see it. I see it. It's lagging on my end. I see it. I see it. It's lagging on my end. I see it. That's so weird. Why am I repeating myself? Microphone. That's so weird. Why am I repeating myself? Gonna squish that right up. I'm gonna start over. Can't see what I'm seeing, but this is a Sculpting white or clay, and it's full of pretty shiny, like glitter. So when I go to bake this in the oven, that's gonna pop out even more, the pretty glitter. So I'm going to do some roses and chat. I haven't been on much since Christmas. It wore me out. December wore me out. And I've just been trying to recoup from that. And still have lots of ideas I want to do on the channel. I didn't get to do the candied orange peels. You know, I have a citrus tree that I talk about quite a bit, a couple of them, and they're still loaded with my oranges. I hadn't even plucked them off yet, so I still would like to come on and do a orange peel demonstration. But I did get a laptop for Christmas, and that's what I'm actually using right now to video this. I'm going to turn my volume down, and I have my phone to the right of me so that I can chat with y'all in the live, because I have my laptop flipped so I can use the camera on it. I'm watching it on my phone because I don't know how well y'all can see this, so let me know if I need to move in closer. It looks like y'all can see it okay. Thank you for stopping in, whoever you are, hanging with me. Let's see. Stick that and we'll build another petal. Maybe a little too much. I've done some fun things with these. I've made some jewelry. I've made faux cakes with the roses and embellished like faux cakes made with styrofoam and joint compound and silicone, which is another thing I'd like to come on and do. It'd be really fun. And my mother, she used to sculpt roses out of sunbeam white bread and Elmer's glue when we were little. I always remembered when she used to do that, and basically made a clay out of the sunbeam bread and Elmer's glue. Pretty crazy, huh? I didn't put any music on because I didn't want YouTube to delete my video. I've had that happen a couple of times already, and I love music. I don't know if y'all can Let's see what I'm doing here. My phone is lagging, but I'm basically just building petals. I did the bulb in the middle first. I put one petal on, and I kind of just pinched it and tried to make it look, have some realism to it. Okay, so here's my other petal. I'm going to, where the opening here is on that first petal I put on, I'm going to kind of come cockeyed this way and press it down at the base. And then I'm going to start just flipping the petal down, just real gentle. The clay is real easy to work with. And at this point here, I like to kind of pull that out a little and pinch it. And it gives it like a real petal look. So I'm going to keep building this up and set it aside and get a couple of roses built up, and then I have my oven turned on to 200 degrees. I'm pressing at the base here because I want my petals to really be good and adhered there. But anyway, I have my oven at 200 degrees, and I use just like a cookie sheet, and I put my little orange slices on it and stab the toothpick into that and bake it for like 20 minutes, and it'll be as hard as a rock, and it'll be shiny with all that glitter. I like to buy the Sculpting ones that have the glitter in it, because after you bake it, it's even prettier. So, oh, no big deal. We'll just fluff it back out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and, I didn't want it to get too soggy over here where I'm working. Hang on a second. So before I bake it, one thing you could do also, rather than stabbing it into this orange and baking it that way, you can get a knife once I get finished building this rose, and gently, without messing any of this up, just cut the bottom completely as straight as you can and just lay it flat on your cookie sheet. And that way it becomes an easier embellishment to glue onto something that doesn't have this long, hard stem at the bottom. Or you can also stick it in the orange and bake it. And even though it's baked and hardens up a little bit, you could use some pliers or scissors even and cut that stem off at the bottom. Sometimes you want that there. It just depends on what you're going after. Okay, so now I'm doing my third petal. I like it to be a little thinner on the top, a little bit thicker on the bottom. So here we have another seam right here. I'm going to kind of come to the side of it, and I'm pressing the base pretty good, and then I'm going to start working the petal at the top where I thinned it out. It's a little easier to work with. And here I am going to build that point again. I hope I'm holding this at the right angle. And I appreciate whoever's here viewing. I'm talking as though I'm talking to an audience, because I know I'll be uploading this, and if anybody comes to watch it later, hopefully I'm teaching somebody how to sculpt a rose. I get my clay at Hobby Lobby. It's my favorite place to get my clay, I guess. Sometimes they have it on sale. It's not real expensive. And one little square probably runs like $2.77. I don't know why that sticks into my head, but you can get a ton of roses out of one square, and they have all kinds of colors. Not all of them have glitter. It's coming out pretty. I'm going to just keep going because I want to build a couple of them. And as I add leaves, now I did 3 leaves. I did my bulb, my 3 leaves. So my next 3 leaves, I'm going to add a little more clay and make these 3 leaves a little bigger, since we're getting to the out edges of the rose. And still using the same, kind of a little thinner on the top. And when I apply the rose, I like to find the last seam, like right here, and put it there. Press it on the bottom, and then I'm going to pull it out. Might could have gone just a little bigger, more clay with that one, but I can get it with the next one. Press it on the bottom again. Okay. I'll get a little more clay. Hello. It's 11:43 p.m. in Texas time. How's everybody doing tonight? My son helped me tonight. I'm lost as a goose, though, on this Streamlabs. I'm very good in a little, with like PixArt and, you know, creating flyers and thumbnails and things like that. But in this program, Streamlabs, I'm lost. I don't get it. I haven't messed with live stream things like that or anything. He has. But he does a lot of Twitch, and he was in our high school TV program. So he did a lot of editing in high school. He actually got the award his senior year, and our son Drake. And anyway, he got me set up as far as I am right now with y'all on this video. And I picked a snowy background because. Hi, you're Oregon. Cool. How are you, lovely Lisa Warrior Queen? I love that name. How awesome. I guess I didn't realize the time difference between us, but yeah, I'm a night owl, girl. I'm a night owl. So I thought I'd come on because I really was popping in quite a bit in November and December on my channel. That's really when I kind of started, you know, working it, and I don't know, the holidays exhausted me. So I had to get back on the work routine and all that, and I just feel like I haven't been on much, and I was in the mood. So I thought I'd come in and chat with y'all a minute while I sculpted a few of these roses. See what everybody's been doing. What y'all'd like to see me do. There's a lot of things I've talked about I'm going to do on the channel. I was a master candle maker for 20 years, and I'm still not sure if I'm going to teach candle making yet, because my business is kind of on hold right now, and I have I could sell it, I could bring it back. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I know that it would be a pretty awesome thing to do on YouTube, though. I just haven't had the clarity. Nice to meet you. You're a night owl. You're doing great. What kind of clay? I'm using Sculpting clay. Lovely Lisa Warrior Queen. This is, I get it at Hobby Lobby. You can get it at Michael's too. Personally, I love to buy stuff in bulk. So I've never really needed to buy this in bulk. So I just go to Hobby Lobby and get me a square here and there every once in a while. And it usually runs about under $3 a square. And this is one of my favorite colors because it has a glitter in it. I can see it really well right now. I don't know if y'all can through the camera at all, but and especially after I bake it, it really glistens up. It's gorgeous. I'm looking at my phone to see. I'm using my laptop to video, and I'm using my phone to chat with you guys and read your chat comments and stuff. Anyway, I have my oven turned on at 200 degrees, and you pretty much just stick it in the oven. I put it on a cookie sheet and bake it for like 20 minutes, and you've got a hardened rose. And I use them to embellish things. I love to make faux desserts, and you can make jewelry with it. All kinds of little things you can do. I'm going to move the camera just a bit. We ought to see this really well. So my petals are, you know what, Lisa? I do have an Etsy page. I had a candle business for 20 years. It was booming. And I had some business advice. My testimony is on my YouTube channel where I'm talking about it. And I show some of my products. The candles we made were amazing. And anyway, I had a YouTube channel, a Etsy page, because I used to try to sell my candles on there a little bit, but I didn't even have time to because we were so busy at my storefront selling them. So I do have an Etsy page, and I like to paint on miniature canvases. Let me go get a couple of them. I'll show you. They're right here. Hold on. And I've thought about selling these, just random, I just paint whatever I'm in the mood for, but I'm actually still working on this one right here. I have chickens. We have a little mini farm at my house, so I love, yes, I know. I'm thinking about it. I'm actually getting ready to get into beekeeping. I'm going to keep it really small. I'm going to only have 2 hives. It takes 2 years to produce your first crop of honey, to do it humanely. That way you don't take the honey or the food from your little bees. So they have plenty of food every winter. And thank you. Can you hear me talking? Can you let me know if you hear me talking? I think you do, because you heard me talking about my candles, right? Anyway, my candle making, I used paraffin. Here's another one. Paraffin blend waxes, and now that I don't know, I just feel like if I bring the candles back, I have a feeling I'm going to be using beeswax, and it may be 2 years down the road because I've got to get my bee farm going. Isn't this one cute? Oh, good. Okay, great. You can hear me good. This is a little camping scene. These are so fun to do. They I have 2 more I'm going to show y'all. I don't know if y'all saw that one well enough. Pull it up a little bit. Yeah, I do. I've always used acrylic. I'm self-taught also. But towards like the last 6 months last year, I really got into oils. I started watching. That's why I'm got my YouTube channel going, because I've been hanging out on YouTube for 2 years. I don't watch TV anymore. I don't like all the negativity on there. So my hangout, I've even kind of been off of Facebook quite a bit. I've been on YouTube for like 2 years. You do? I'm seeing why. It's always been so intimidating, but I think I get it now. So I found some great artists. Hopefully I can, do a video of painting or something, and I can share some of these ladies that I'm learning from. But it kind of opened my eyes to oils, how amazing they are. And I've been using like a Galkid gel as my medium, so it only has to dry for like 24 hours. This is acrylic though that I'm showing you right now, but I've learned that you can underpaint with acrylic. Get your underpainting whipped up pretty quick with acrylic, and you finish it off with oil. So I kind of loved that idea, and I've kind of played with that a little bit. Let's see. Same here. I stopped watching regular TV a year and a half ago. Yep, me too, girl. Me too, me too. About underpainting with acrylic and finishing it with, I have one more. This one, it's okay. This one's okay. It's supposed to be a cream roll. But that's it. I love faux desserts. Yeah, there's, I'll try to put it in the description in this live. There's a guy, I'm going to have to go find him because I haven't watched him in a while. I'm holding that wrong. What's going on here? Something looks like it's in the way of my camera. He teaches on that, on how to underpaint with acrylic. I use a heat gun with acrylic because it dries it really fast. I don't have patience for acrylic sometimes. It dries too fast, and that's what I'm seeing I love about oils. You can move it around a lot more, you know. So those are cute, huh? I mean, I think I could sell these little mini paintings that may would turn into something where I would do custom orders. I don't know. I'm running out of clay. This rose ended up being gigantic, so I'll probably add a couple more petals to it, and that'll be the only rose I make tonight. It's pretty though, huh? I'll have to subscribe to your channel. Do you do videos, or do you have? If you watch the Crazy Russian Hacker, he has lots. Okay, I'll go check him out. I'll go sub. Oh, he's in year 3. Okay. Then he's got honey. How awesome. And I heard, you know, you only get 1 crop a year, but you know how much you get? You can get sometimes 30 to 100 pounds of honey. And another reason I considered it was I'm a permanent makeup artist, is what I do. And one of my clients told me her husband was in the bee club. I'm like, bee club? We have a bee club in our area. I didn't even know. So I went to a meeting in December, and my neighbor is the teacher. And he told me he would mentor me. So I went to his house. He showed me all kinds of stuff because I was making jeune kombucha, which is the champagne of regular kombucha. It's made with honey and green tea instead of black tea, green tea, and sugar. So you need a cup of honey per gallon, I guess. And I was like, I need to produce my own honey because that's going to get expensive. Girl, I'm telling you, the older I've gotten in life, I've realized how special mentors are. We all have to have them. Yes, we all do. In every craft, my permanent makeup business, I have an amazing mentor. She's out of New Orleans, and she's been a huge help. I was actually on the phone with her today about a client, and yeah, I mean, candle making, I kind of was on my own, but it was hard. You know, I learned a lot. Anyway, back to the candle business. I built a $400,000 building, ground up. I'm like squirreling and hopping all over the place now, but I was advised to expand because I was having growing pains, and I get in this building, and they had me expand with business debt. I didn't even have working capital when I did that. It just swallowed me whole. I called it the Titanic. But I had people in Iraq burning my bestseller in his tent. He got in trouble by his lieutenant. Somehow, I don't know how that happened, how he got one, but I was shipping candles everywhere. Yeah, they were container candles. I used apothecary jars. I had my staple stock sizes were 10 ounce, 18 ounce, and 32 ounce. Kind of like the Yankee jars, if you can picture that. And we were known for the strong aroma the hot throw, and they burned all the way across, all the way down. They were the best of the best, and I'd say my competition is, and I don't even like to say competition because there's room for everybody, but I'd say quality wise, I was right up next to. I didn't even know my business was the Candle Cottage. That was the name of it. You can Google it. Google it. You'll see all kinds of stuff. But there's also a Candle Cottage in Tennessee. I didn't even know they existed until after I was in business the first 2 years. I started in 1998. But quality, they were top of the line. They were a Dillard's candle versus a Walmart candle, if that makes sense. And I did like novelty stuff. I pinched the base of this off, and I want it to be a little flat, so I'm going to try to flatten it without messing up my petals there. And I can flatten it out more and like shave it off after I bake it. So it's ready to go in the oven. But let's see. We did cake candles. We had forever cake candles. I'm going to do a video, it's going to be a ton of pictures. They're all on Facebook and in my albums, and I'm going to make just a full video because our storefront was kind of like a Cracker Barrel country. I had a storefront and I had a factory, so I was going to Dallas Market buying retail. We would have themed Christmas trees and everything was seasonal. I ran my candle business quarterly, like whatever season we were in, I would come out with a new fragrance for, say, Valentine, chocolate-covered cherries, and we'd have ornaments all over the tree, and we made gift baskets, and I mean, had 6 employees. It was a lot of fun. It was, but in 2014, I was by myself working. I couldn't afford to keep anybody. I sold the big Titanic building, and I walked away from that with debt and went and moved into a rental building that was a 100-year-old building on a railroad track. And my husband and I put quite a bit of money into remodeling that, and it was precious. But I did that for 3 years there, trying to get back on my feet after the Titanic. I wasn't getting a paycheck, and I hadn't had a paycheck myself really in about 8 years because I was in the hamster wheel, and I was tired. I was like, that's it. I can't do this anymore. So I closed in 2014, and it collapsed on the couch, and I was exhausted for like a good year. And then I started face and body painting. How crazy is that? I didn't ever have time to do anything else but candles. And it's kind of like when I didn't have the candles going so much. It is very hard. It is very hard because no matter what happens, everything reflects back on you. And it's a lot of pressure. The debt reflects back on you. If an employee makes a wrong decision and does something they shouldn't have done, which that happened several times, it reflects back on me. Yeah, and it's hard keeping employees, but I did work with the schools, and I had kids come and work. It's a lot of pressure, yeah. So what I did after that, Lisa, was in 2014 when I closed, I had just enough money to have a barn built in our back. We live on 2 acres, and I continued to pour candles in the barn for 3 more years. And not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, was the first year I said, I'm done. I'm not pouring anymore. Because I was basically breaking even. I could sell everything, but I was breaking even. Because I didn't have working capital, supply and demand, if that makes sense. But, so, yeah. I haven't poured since 2016. 2017. And I'm telling you, it would take off if I got on here and showed how I made candles, because it really is amazing. But I just don't know if that's the right move for me to do right now. Give away my secrets and stuff, Anyway. Right, I call it a sabbatical. I've been on a long one, though. I'm like ready to get off this sabbatical road. But I have, I mean, somewhat. When I started face and body painting, I jumped into a tattoo apprenticeship for 6 months. I'd never been in a tattoo shop in my life. You don't give it away. Right. I know. So, you know, it's like, is there a way around that? I don't know that there is. Or I would have already done it on YouTube, you know, like just come on and show certain things. We made soap, I made spritz, all kinds of stuff, but yeah, it's 20 years of hard work, and I'm not just so willing. It's like a family secret recipe. Hold this up a little bit so y'all can see it. I have a pet deer. That's why I have my deer plate. Her name's Holly Berry. If you look at my videos, I recently posted one of her and me. She's a sweetie. There we go. Let's see if I can move the light. I don't know if I'm helping or hurting this. I'm trying to put more light on it. Oh, go this way. It's weird because my phone... Yes, I have a pet deer. Her name is Holly Berry. Yes, go check out the video. I think I'm on... the thumbnail is me and her. And she'll be 4 on the 28th this month. Okay, this is like really hard to get this just... I think I'm better off just setting it back down. I bought her when the mother was pregnant, and then I had to wait 2 months for her to be born, and then I started like thinking, oh my God, I don't think I can do this. I can't take her from her mama. And girl, the mother rejected her. She didn't even want her. So that was meant to be, and she lived in our house for 4 months in a diaper, and I bottle fed her. She's an axis. She looks just like the deer on this plate right here. And they keep their spots. And in Texas, you don't have to have a state license to have an exotic as a pet. So that's one of the reasons I got her, because I could have her here on the farm, you know, with the other animals. I have 2 pigs and 16 chickens, 4 turkeys, 2 homing pigeons. They were my therapy after I closed the Candle Cottage. When I had the business, I rescued birds, and people would bring birds to me a lot at the Candle Cottage, and so I've always, you know, been an animal person. But after I closed, I got me a little farm. Thank you. Appreciate you. I hope you can find it. I've been sort of, what's the word? Missing in action a little bit the last 2 weeks. I haven't been popping up on YouTube as much. I will. I'm so happy to meet you, and I'm going to go subscribe to your channel as soon as I end this video. And I look forward to seeing you again. Lovely Lisa Warrior Queen. Love that name. I just pictured that on canvas. A crown. All right, you have a good evening too. Thanks for chatting with me. Okay, good night. Sweet dreams. Okay, whoever's left on here, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. He did. Oh, my husband calls me Shanna Banana. Shanna Banana. Have an awesome night. And I appreciate anybody that came on tonight. And thanks for your patience with me bringing more content to the channel. My brain never stops. It lives in creative mode 24/7. And I haven't been feeling well, I'll be honest. I got on that kombucha train, and it escalated some things that I still love kombucha and I still believe in it, but I'm going to have a testimony, let me just say, and I'll be back on in a couple of months on that subject matter. But it's definitely something I want to share with women to bring awareness. And so keep a lookout for in a couple of months, maybe the end of March, maybe sooner. I'm just happy to find what's going on and that there's healing around the corner. So I see one more person here, and I'm going to go ahead and end the chat. And anyone that comes on later to watch this, thank y'all for watching. Please be sure and like the video and subscribe if you will. I'd love to have you. Every little click helps our analytics in the background, and my son got me set up for hopefully monetizing. I think I have to have 1,000 subs though for that, but you know, that's just something kind of cool. It's not my goal, and getting subs is, you know, not what I'm chasing after. I'm just coming on and being myself, and if it happens, it happens. Awesome. All right, have a good night, everyone. Love y'all. Shanna.